Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Neil Robertson Pro Career on Snooker 19. Today it's time for part 9 of Season 3 of the Career Mode. Today we face the pistol, Mark Allen, in the first episode of 2, the first 4 frames up to the mid-session interval in the quarterfinal of the Season 3 Shanghai Masters. Now Mark Allen is a player that last episode I didn't acknowledge too much. I completely forgot that we played Mark Allen in some very big matches, and I'll talk about them now. So, in the first match we played against Mark Allen, we beat him in the Northern Ireland Open in the quarterfinal by 3 frames to 2, but that was in a decider. And then we played him not in the Shanghai Masters, but in the Dafabet Masters in both Seasons 1 and 2. In Season 1 we played him in the final and lost against him in a decider, and that was much the same as the Betfred World Championship last 16. As you can see, we got whoops last year by Ronnie O'Sullivan by 13 frames 6, but in Season 1 we were so much closer to getting through to the quarterfinal. We lost in a decider to Mark Allen by 13 frames 12. However, we pulled back the competitive record to 2 frames apiece, if you like, two matches apiece in the Dafabet Masters quarterfinal, making sure that Mark Allen was reminded that he beat us in the Dafabet Masters final the season before, and we got our revenge in that quarterfinal by beating him by 4 frames 2. But let's see how that tide will swing today, whether it'll be Mark Allen that takes the lead in that head-to-head, or whether we take a 3-2 lead. But today we're just going to show the first 4 frames. Of course, this is a longer match. I like to play the Shanghai Masters and a few other events at long distance, if you like. So we're going to play the first 4 frames today, much like we did against Ding, and we won that match by 6 frames to 4. Ideally, considering we're 3-1 up at the break, I'd have liked to have been a little bit further better. I don't know what's coming out of my mouth this morning. A little bit better in terms of the result, because 6-4 was a little bit too close to comfort in my opinion. But we'll have to see how the first 4 frames go against Mark Allen. We might not even have that liberty to say that we could be in the race for the win. Who knows? It could well be 4-0 to Mark Allen at the end of this session. I hope not. I hope to be at least 2-2, if not 3-1 up against Mark Allen. But that is an interesting break-off. And is he going to fluke a red? He's not. I think Ding fluked a red, didn't he, off a break-off in our match against him, which was bloody annoying. But this red will go. So he's left an early chance. Did split the reds quite open, quite wide. So that was the risk he took, and he couldn't get any safety. Just a case whether this is on target or not. No. Well, poor shot. We've now left him a chance. It's worth a punt though. Definitely was.
1. He's aiming for the left corner here.
Always going to be a little bit distracted by the fact the red was right by the pocket as well.
He's queuing extremely well here.
But no, I think it was well worth taking on. Even if Mark Allen goes and wins the frame now, I haven't really got many regrets about that shot. You've just got to be aggressive sometimes. That's exactly what we were there. And maybe 7, 8 times out of 10 we pot that, and we'd go and get a potentially 50-60 break or whatever. So, again, not fussed about that, but let's see what Mark Allen can make of this chance. That's a good pot.
11.
A little bit awkward here, though. I think he wants to be on the black, and he's just not. So, got to go to a bulk colour. He's going for the green, and he's missed it by quite some margin.
Mark Allen, 11.
So that's what Mark Allen could make out of that. Made a break of 11. Just got out of position, was going for the black quite clearly, and just completely mucked it up. Going to be a tricky chance here though, because green, pink's not off its spot, blue and black are off the spot, so makes it a little bit awkward. And we could have played that shot a bit better, but we're going to go for the blue here, and hopefully open up a few opportunities with a good strong shot.
Looks good to me.
It's a good split. Going to be a bit awkward here. Whether we can get a gap between red and black, we can. Ooh, that one will just about get to the middle pocket. It's a bit of a risk to take on in my opinion, but I think it's probably the best shot to take on in terms of any chance for a bigger break. But we're playing this nice and soft, giving the pocket every chance, and that is a lovely pot.
7.
The key was getting straight on the blue there, just so we've got plenty of chance to screw back or play top on any ball that we want. And we're just going to keep it simple here. We're going to go for the red to the middle and get a few free points. I know you guys that have been here for a long time have probably heard me use the phrase 3 points with the blue. And that's free, not the number 3, as in free of charge. Played that a little bit wonkily though, so we'll play that one instead to the bottom pocket. And the reason I say they're 3 points, because you haven't really got to work too much for them. It's just a case of tapping a ball in, going for the next one. And when you can play like that, I think they're 3 points. But I'm going to play the green here, get the green back on its spot. So that idea of me playing the 3-point style, which again is something that I've come up with, nothing that anybody else has got anything to do with, is kind of going out the window a little bit because we've just played the green, etc. so far. So
16.
not exactly been what you'd call a 3 points model.
To drop into the pocket.
Oh, my controller batteries are low, so I'll probably have to change those at some point during the episode. Not the best, I have to say. I'm going to play the yellow here. I mean, poor blue. It's hardly getting any... I mean, it's been covered twice, to be fair, but compared to what we were planning to do, it seems like the other colours are having to be used quite a bit more.
No problem there.
But everything bar the black is now back on its spot.
19.
That's nice to see. I can breathe a bit easier anyway.
He's playing for the right corner here. That's an
Go for the
excellent
blue.
Great queuing there.
Ain't going to hurt, we've tapped off that red actually. Leaves us even straighter on it. And we can go for the red next time out. So we're looking decent so far in this break. Still plenty of balls to pot to secure that first frame.
25.
But we're certainly not looking too bad here. And I'm going to change my mind again, am I? No, I'm going to leave that. But our potting technique certainly isn't bad. We've definitely been given a chance here by Mark Allen.
26.
Given the opportunity he had before. He just mucked it up. Couldn't get on the black. That's the only risk sometimes with only having one option. If that doesn't come off, then you are a little bit stuck. And played the opportunistic long pot on the green. Can always go wrong, and it certainly did. And this is the situation we're in now. But only made a break of 31 so far. It feels like we've had to work a lot harder than we usually would have for that break of 31.
32.
If we just keep things focused here. Play with some right hand side to get onto the red.
He's played
Playing
that
with side
very
isn't
well.
so risky really if you've got a straight pot. That wasn't ideal though, because pink's now been took off its spot by this red. Didn't realise how close it was to the spot. I suppose they're right next to each other, which is quite telling.
39.
Right. Going to be a little bit of luck involved here, whether we get on anything. Got to hope that the resulting position is accurate,
Yeah,
and it's not
played
too
it
bad
well.
at all.
44.
Been a good break so far. Now, ideally, you'd want to play for one of these colours, but they just block each other, so that's a little bit of an issue. I overplayed that a bit, actually. Not too bad,
45.
actually, to be fair. Certainly live with that. It's very close to being a bit wonky, though, but we did okay out of it.
50.
As you can see, it's not the most ideal position in terms of a shot, but we're going to have to get on with it. So we're 39 ahead. This red and the blue, I believe, will do it. Puts us 40, then 45 ahead with 43 left on the table.
51.
But for a bit of security, it would be great to get at least one of these reds, so we haven't got a bugger about with Mark Allen going for a battle of snookers. But the guys in the commentary box confirm, and barring snookers, we have taken frame 1.
56.
Done well there. as I outlined before, Mark Allen gave us a chance. And we've certainly taken it.
57.
Will this pink go? I don't think it will. No, it won't. It's a long pot on the blue. Not too much of a risk given there's only 35 left on the table now.
Well, I'm not surprised he's taking on the long pot here.
Good clean pot. Nice.
Wonderful pot. Outstanding effort.
62.
Just important to get some rhythm, isn't it? I think, personally. Not quite got the position right there. Might as well just go for a wacky long pot on the pink. Why not?
He's taking this on.
And it's not that far off, you know. Well, to be fair, considering we were just going for something completely opportunistic, that isn't too bad from there. But I wasn't too fussed. We were out of position. It was an experimental shot to try and split the pink and the black, and we did that, but we didn't leave a pot an opportunity on. So, with that break of 63, we take the first frame.
Looking to build on that lead by taking this next frame.
It is peculiar, isn't it, how we can bring our best form to events like this. Well, so far, I don't want to jinx anything. How we can bring our best form to events like this, and then in events like the World Championship, other big events, we just cannot cut the mustard. And I'll tell you what, he's got away with it there. Really has. Just playing this up the table. Always a risky shot, is that? But on this occasion, I don't think he's left anything. And he's played very well to get out of that snooker, because it's actually us now who are the player that is under a little bit of pressure. Well negotiated there. Get it in a similar position to where Mark was before, in terms of where he got the ball. He's going to try this, is he? No. It's off target, but much like our long pot in the first frame, I think it was worth taking on. But
Be disappointed with that.
he does leave a relatively straightforward pot on this red.
Well, he's taking it on to the left corner.
Really nice opening red.
And there are, what, 9, 10, maybe even 11 reds that just aren't potable. So we've got to work at some point to try and make those a potable chance. As you can see, the position's going to be a little bit awkward here. Not a big fan of these cut shots, but I think it's not too much of a risk from here.
Well, he's taking the red on. Oh, so close.
Well, I said
Some luck
that
there,
it was
didn't get it.
a risk, but not too much, and we played it with power to get a few reds free, but we were off target. I said already that the position would be awkward for that shot.
1.
And to be quite honest, I think the way that Mark Allen got out of that snooker at the start of the frame from the break-off
7.
was going to make getting a decent break, even a 20 or 30 out of that, very challenging. But I suppose you could say on the flip side that maybe we could have played a safety, but we played aggressive there, and that sometimes is our downfall. We have a lot of left-hand side here.
8.
Get on the blue, it looks like.
He's finished a bit awkward here.
13.
Can't say I really concur. The only time I think when they say that is when, oh, that's finished awkward though. I'll admit that. Why did he say that's finished awkwardly? Can just get to the black, luckily for him, but that was the only option. I think Neil Folds only says it's finished awkward when you're very close to the cushion.
22.
I mean, especially for me, a player who likes to play backspin, certainly prefers it over topspin. It leaves a bit of a bother, but oh, well, he's got away with that.
27.
Got away with not potting the cue ball, but equally, he's not left himself much of a chance. And He just played a safety there. And to be honest,
27.
I don't blame him. Gonna have a punt at this though. No, too hard. Oh, that was a bit silly. That was silly in hindsight. Very silly. Maybe if you're 3-4-0 up, you play that shot, but perhaps not at the moment. This is our downfall sometimes. We just don't think enough before playing a shot. Think, well, if this doesn't go in, what are the ramifications? And the ramifications here, of course, another chance for Mark Allen.
8.
Gonna have to play one to the middle here. The black's going to block that red that is straight in front of him, nearest to the pink.
Just wants to slot this into the middle pocket.
Relatively straight shot, nothing too complex there.
Wonderful shot.
9.
Taking a long time over this. Going for the blue. What's his position like? Pretty decent, but again, just the one option.
14.
Pretty
Not an
easily
easy
possible.
one, but
Oh
not
well,
a
he's going
chance.
for the long pot. And it makes me wonder why. Unless he just couldn't get on that other red, I'm really not sure.
Mark Allen, 14.
I thought it was a dead cert that he was on that red, but Mark Allen can't punish us. So I think this is a big chance now to go and steal this frame from the pistol.
Great shot.
1.
Could play the black here, but I'm just not that confident with playing black, particularly with the awkwardness of the reds and getting position. I'd much rather play the blue and play backspin. Goodness me. The home phone's going. Is it going to be answered? Yes, it's been answered nice and quick. I'll tell you something, the home phone
Long pot, right up his street.
very rarely goes, but it's gone off twice in the last few days.
Well,
In snooker
I'm not sure
videos, I
we'd be
think.
too
How
happy
odd.
with that.
Oh, well. I was half asleep there, must have been. Oh. That's bloody annoying. Just thought that on the table, that red was a dead cert, but as you can see, there might be room for it. I'm going to give it a little bit of a punt. I think it'll just about go to this right corner. In fact, I'm just going to play it soft. Soft as I can while getting some kind of position. Whew, it's there.
He's fortunate there.
I agree. And I played it as soft as I could, just so if we miss, we wouldn't leave too much on. But as you can see, not the easiest of shots to combat now.
Tricky pot.
We'll take this on though. Pots are pretty much a dead cert, it's just all about position, and it's not too bad. It's going to be a tricky long pot on the red, and I was on about, well, you could play a safety. Oh, took the dog a little while longer today to get her cameo in the video. Goodness me. Right, let's not let anything in the external environment make us lose our focus, because that's what happened with that red that we very nearly
This is no
made a big
gimmick.
muck up on. But this is a tricky shot, but it's on target.
Oh yes, what a pot.
11.
Black will go here. I'm going to play it.
He's aiming to sink this into the right corner. Excellent shot.
There we go. We've moved 2 reds, but is it going to lead to anything?
18.
I don't think it is. I think that might well be end of break. Now, how do you get out of this situation? This is what I would argue. We've split the reds, but it looks like we've got back up to bulk. Does leave Mark Allen a chance.
Neil Robertson, 18.
Does very much leave him a chance. One good pot could very much put him in the hot seat. The hot seat? Don't know what I'm on about. Hot seat?
1.
Front running. What am I on about hot seat for? I don't know what planet I'm on sometimes. I really don't. But a good pot on the red. And a good pot on the yellow. Good long pot on the yellow. And as I said, he is the front one at runner. Not the bloody hot seat. Oh, I don't know. A load of crap I come out with sometimes. I don't know. You bear with me. Really don't. And again, that wouldn't be bear. That would be cope.
9.
Goodness me. I don't know what rubbish is coming out of my mouth this morning. I've done a few
Can't see any
stupid
problems here.
phrases and, well, there you go. Anyway,
Nicely
he's
done.
27 ahead at the moment.
Good position to take on this pink.
Pink and red will
16.
leave us having to only be able to draw the frame, I think. Oh no, he needs red and a colour to actually go and win the frame.
Just the black required here.
And that's a good pot. And I think on the balance of these two frames so far, I think 1-1 is fairly fitting. We played well in that first frame, but we've made a few silly mistakes here, and Mark Allen has been given a chance. And after 2 frames, it's 1 frame apiece.
30. 32.
So can get a nice clearance of 57 here. That wouldn't be too shabby.
35.
First serious scoring chance for Mark Allen in the game so far. Oh, that's
39.
not the best on the blue. Probably still pot it though. Would be impressive this. Looks very much on target. Cracking shot. Brilliant recovery.
44.
Good pink as well.
50.
And just the black to go. He's not making it easy for himself, but it doesn't really matter. He's missed the black, but it was a good break of 50 nonetheless. And after 2 frames, well, we're going to concede there. That's a little bit stupid to put me back to the table there, isn't it? But after 2 frames, it's 1 frame apiece. And I'm very much looking forward now to the next 2 frames.
After that last frame. This is
2-2, I
close.
think, is very much ideal here. What we want to avoid
Thank you.
is Mark Allen winning the next 2 frames. Any other results, and I'm quite happy with that at this point. Well, I never thought it would hit that red. I thought it'd be way off that trajectory, but clearly I was wrong. Doesn't leave anything on, of course, just plays the safety on that red. So we get this wrong, and he's got a nice
Success of this
potting
shot is
chance.
reliant on perfect pace.
Jesus Christ, that's way too quick. And where's this cue ball going? Not in the pocket. I think we've left the red on.
Not what he intended at all. That's a poor
Yeah,
shot.
we have.
1.
Not the best chance though here. That's the only solace we've got. I think I jinxed myself. I really did by going, well, we always turn up for the Shanghai Masters, don't we? And we've played some stinking shots since then. So, commentators curse so far, but it's our job to play some good shots and get back to form here. We've faced some pretty gutting defeats to Mark Allen in the past. It was a best of 11 in the Dafabet Masters in the final where we lost by 6 frames to 5. I'm going to try my very best to avoid a defeat of any kind to Mark Allen, whether it's in a decider or
12.
whether he goes and wins this 6-1, I don't care. I just want to avoid a defeat, because this is a tournament that would be great to do well in again. I just feel we were robbed last year a little bit of a chance. We got all the way to the final, and then we had that silly glitch, and after that it was
19.
pretty tough to win the final. I think we were 6-1 down, and then it was a best of 20. Was it a best of 21? I feel like it's a best of... No, I can't remember now. Might have been a best of 19, and let's say we were... I don't know. Yeah, I think that's it. We were 9-4 or 8-5 down going into that last episode, purely because of the glitch. Where, in a matter of fact, I think we were actually 7-6, which obviously would have been a lot closer going into that final session of play.
Really opened the table up here.
But the glitch was that after 2 sessions of play, I came back into the game, and the game just decided to start at 0-0 again.
Take on a colour here.
And I tried to replicate... Oh, well.
He won't be happy with that.
Ouch.
Unforced error.
I obviously really bored Mark Allen with that story, and you can only imagine make a break of 27. But yeah, we...
That's a poor shot. A really
Flipping
poor
hell.
shot.
Flipping hell. Could have used a very much stronger word there. But I decided not to. If you had to have one real criticism of our game, that is exactly it. We had a good chance there. And really, we didn't need to whack it, did we? We just need to play it soft as possible, but sometimes the thought's not there, and despite me keep saying that maybe we should take a little bit more time over shots, we didn't, and he's not going to miss something like that black again.
Looks good for a colour.
I'll tell you what, I won't tell you the story about. In fact, I might as well. I'm nearly there with the Shanghai Masters story now, and by the time it was 9-4-8-5, then...
With the long pot attempt.
Alright, I will shut up now. What on earth was that from Mark Allen?
Mark Allen, 9.
Talk about being asleep. I have no idea what he was going for there. That blue was never going to pot. What a strange shot choice. Yeah. No more about last year's Shanghai Masters. It seems to be turned into a... It's almost like it's all a glitch, isn't it? That pink will go, and I think it's a bit of a tempter here. It's a tempter. I'm just worried that the jaws of the middle pocket are never too forgiving.
Wow.
It's there, though.
Thrilled with that.
7.
See, that was a proper shot of thought. It wasn't a, well, let's just hit it and see how it goes. I considered the chance. I thought, well, we might as well take it on. And it was there.
Decent position on the pink here.
It's our job, though, now it's a long way back. Of course, that can be built up quite quickly if you stay down here on the likes of pink and black.
14.
But there's a genuine chance for us to go 2-1 up here. And I think considering the howlers we made this frame, we're pretty lucky to be in that position. There are many games where Mark Allen would just clean up from there and we'd be sulking, thinking, how the bloody hell has that happened? Might be the catalyst, this chance, perhaps, for
20.
a good break and a bit of a refocus. I hope it is. I think something would have to go pretty wrong for us not to win this frame, but believe me, it can. It very much can.
They'll want this to drop into the centre pocket. Beautiful.
28.
This looks relatively easy.
I overplayed that a little bit. I said something could easily happen. This is the kind of shot that you feel is a bit of a risk.
He's attempting to sink this into the left corner pocket.
Looks okay though, as long as it's got the legs. Had to play that quite tight or else we wouldn't have the position on the red.
In it goes.
Which was already quite
Seems
awkward to the
full of
middle
confidence.
pocket anyway.
30.
Going to try and open up the other two while we're here. Pot's there. What's our luck on the other two? We got one fairly close to the cushion, but one is certainly a chance now. So we can work with that. Certainly better than what we had before. Excellent.
Well, it goes. Half a chance here.
Well played. That was made more difficult due to the rest being used.
41.
Well, there's no risk of playing this soft. It's going to always go in. He says. But it's there.
Excellent pot.
Oh, wonderful shot.
Blue's not so straightforward this time, is it? It's almost my go-to shot in this situation. I'm just hoping if we play it off the cushion and bounce it up, that we're going to get higher than the black, but not the pink.
49.
What's our look like here? It's okay. Never quite assured with those shots. Just always a risk it can go wrong. But just the colours left.
50.
So this will put us... Can't really go for the black there, because position on the Yellow would be a bit awkward. So this blue will put us 19 ahead with 27 to go.
He's an expert long potter and he's taking this on.
Excellent cueing.
55.
So I think yellow and green will do it, but this is a little bit awkward. Yellow is pretty much a dead cert, but green will be a little bit tricky.
57.
Luckily it's not quite on the cushion, so that makes things a little bit easier for us. But green will do it.
Green ball needed here.
All our hard work in this frame comes down to this one pot, and it's there. It struggled a
That
bit,
should mean no way back into this frame for his opponent.
60.
and Mark Allen might well come back to the table, but the only chance is playing this tricky brown, and we are quite a way off, to be honest, on that. So he will probably come back to the table here. He's only 24 behind with 22 left on the table.
60.
He'll want to get this cue
But it was
ball
always going to be
close
quite
to the
tricky, really, to do that. And, well, it wasn't a very long battle, actually.
This is no gimme.
He had got a good chance, but as soon as he hit that black, it was all over, really.
4.
So I have to say, I'm pretty chuffed. I wouldn't have expected from where we were in the frame and a few misses that we had for Mark Allen not to have gone and cleaned up. So I'm very surprised. Of course, that's a pleasant surprise.
Tough shot coming up.
Lovely pot.
Great
Not
cue.
quite so great in terms of position.
15.
Much like Mark in the second frame, really doesn't matter if this black goes in. But it's there anyway, just about dropped. Not very often it does have to hit in both jaws. But with that break, it wasn't the break of 22 that won it particularly. It was that good break earlier on
Well, he's
that won the frame.
here.
And going into this last frame of the session,
Neil Robertson to break.
we have a lot of positivity in the fact that we can't be behind. The aim, of course, would be great to go 3-1 up with this mid-session interval, but I will take 2-2. Never nice to say I'll take losing this frame,
He's trying
but
to get the cue ball safe and
the aim at the start of this session was not to be behind. Oh, well, that's a cracking shot. I'm going to come off 2 cushions here.
He's trying to be as risk averse as possible here.
No, that's just not worked, has it? Wouldn't be a bad snooker attempt, actually.
well, it was a really hard shot and it hasn't worked out for him at all.
Foul and a miss.
If we come off
Mark
this
Allen,
cushion,
4.
we might well hit them.
He could leave his opponent on if he doesn't control the cue ball.
That's it, that's not bad. That will do.
No, not the result he was looking for.
Shut up, Neil Folds. So negative. I thought we did well to get out of that snooker. We've not left anything obvious on. Yes, we've left a long pot. But no, it's a safety he's played. So how is that? Oh, not what he wanted there. The whole aim of getting out of a snooker is not to leave your opponent in a pot. And clearly, according to Mark Allen's valuation of that, we didn't leave a pot. And that wasn't great, though. Hit the red on the way back up.
I'm not sure what happened there, but it's a poor result.
David Endon's joining in the fun now.
What a
And we
top
left
shot
that red
was.
on, so this is a chance for Mark Allen, but as you've seen so far, Mark Allen
1.
hasn't necessarily took his chances.
Six. 7. 12.
It's great that all these different players are coming out of the box, by the way, in Season 3. I think apart from Ronnie, there's nobody that we've played all that recently.
He's got nice position on the blue ball here.
Probably Gilbert. Lazowski won't play for a long while, so probably apart from David Gilbert, who we played at the back end of Season 2, and obviously, as I've just said, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
18.
It was nice to see Ding, Joe Perry, Mark Allen as well,
Nicely done.
Jack Lazowski,
Doing there, really good.
and Kyron Wilson, of course, in the first round of, well, the last 16, first televised round in the Riga Masters.
Red.
21.
It's nice to see some different players we're playing against. we've got rid of that Mark Selby curse for a while, but I can guarantee if we get through to the next round, it's either going to be Mark Selby or Mark Williams. I mean, if we knock Mark Allen out here, by the way, he's ranked 3rd, just below that double of Judd Trump and Mark Selby. Judd Trump now very close to Mark Selby, courtesy of winning the World Championship and a few other elements that got in his favour. But if we go through here, I would guess it's either going to be... I mean, Higgins could be a potential, but I think it's either going to be Williams, Selby or Trump. Could be Ronnie, I suppose. But Ronnie just hasn't got to the real tough end of tournaments. Clearly didn't get that in the World Championships either after whooping us. He obviously got knocked out at the quarter-final because his prize money didn't go up enough to reflect that he'd gone there. But that is a miss on the blue.
Mark Allen.
But my God, has he got away with it. So it's almost like he wasn't really playing anything there. It just makes you wonder, doesn't it, whether he was playing that blue. Because that was all wrong from the start. Nevertheless, we're not going to leave anything here. Just a nice straight safety. That'll do. It's just this edge red he can go for. I think he was snookered on the rest. But he's left a little potting chance on this. And to be honest,
This is really tricky.
I think it's well worth a punt. Especially when you pot it.
Brilliant.
Cracker that was. Really was.
1.
If we play this blue, play it nice and soft, we can get on a
Well,
red.
looking at potting this into the right corner pocket.
It's far better than the shot Mark Allen played.
That's
And
a
as you can
beauty.
see, we are on that red.
6.
Worth just having a whack here again. Never dreamt of having a chance in this frame, so I think it's always worth being aggressive. And this is a good chance.
7.
Pretty well straight on the blue, so we'll take that on. You know, I've got a bit of a fondness, soft spot for the blue. Even though I'm a
Well,
Reds man in
potting
football.
this into the right corner pocket. That's a top shot.
12.
Favourite colour's blue, though. Maybe that's probably why it is.
13.
My favourite ball to play on the snooker table. I've just developed a style over all these episodes that heavily relies on the blue. I'm not really a fan of knocking blacks in and
18.
playing on the reds because it's very rare in my situation that you get a chance to do that. I mean, in this situation,
Lining
you've
this up
got to be pretty
into the
gifted,
right
certainly
corner
better
pocket.
than I am at working out positions and angles. And I'll tell you what, I was crap at shapes and protractors and all that at school, so no good getting me to do that. But even this shot now, I think, I'm not really too happy about playing the pink, so I'm going to play the blue. And I just know that by playing that position, a little bit of bottom on it, on the cue ball, I just know I can get on this ball to the bottom pocket.
24.
But another opportunity presents itself, and I'm probably... No. Position's a little bit awkward from that. Trouble is, I'm going to get paranoid now if I don't play the blue. Alright, let's focus, because this is the sort of shot that could go wrong if we're just rambling.
Foul and a miss. Neil Robertson, 24. Mark Allen, 4.
I bloody hate that, honestly I do. It only happens once every so often. That stupid glitch where you miss the shot, but luckily, he played quite a howler on that red. Maybe a sign that we shouldn't have gone for that red, and we certainly weren't planning to, but nevertheless, he's given us a chance. He's accepted the fact that my controller, for some reason, has recognised a pull forward on the analogue stick when there certainly wasn't. I really don't know why that happens. Really don't. And obviously, if it happens in something like a decider, it can be massive.
8.
But nevertheless, we've been given the chance. Still 11 points behind Mark Allen in this frame.
taking this on. What a beautiful pot that is.
Can soon be regained.
9.
And I think we're on the road here. Don't want to say anything too soon. But I think we're on a good path to be 3-1 up at the interval. Much like we were against Ding. That 2-frame advantage is nice to have, definitely.
14.
And hopefully we don't do what we did against Ding Junhui and lose the first 2 frames of the session.
Tremendous potting.
15.
This blue will finally put us ahead in this frame. Thank goodness for that. So 35 left on the table.
20.
So we pretty well need
Lining this one up to the middle pocket.
most of the balls on the table still.
Down it goes.
Great cueing.
21.
That's ended up more awkward than he would have wanted.
That's just to show you really why I don't play the black. And to be honest, I don't know why I have because, well, you just see with position. So, I'm going to try and hit and hope shot here.
Remaining on the table now.
Going to have to be a hit to the middle
He won't
pocket.
be happy with that.
And to be honest, that experiment of hitting it going for the black has been a complete disaster. Really has.
Tricky shot here.
But I think the green ball would be safe if it didn't go in, but
What
that's
a
a nice
tremendous
pot. If it didn't go in, it would leave a long pot along the cushion, and I don't know whether he'd want to take that on.
33.
So brown ball here will mean he can only come back and draw. A lot of onus on this. This is squeaky bum time.
This is not easy.
Is it there? Yes, it is. That middle pocket is always very unforgiving.
37.
I think I'm going to stick with that blue, you know, with
He just needs this blue.
those comeback to yellows. Because we got away with it there. We really did. I was panicking when we were on that yellow. I thought, oh god, we've lost this frame.
42.
But we did well, and to be honest, I am pleased as punch to go in at the mid-session interval with a 3-1 lead. Really am.
Fantastic clearance.
Good clearance, and we're looking good in this quarter-final once again.
And the frame.
Absolutely fantastic news. Our next episode, we'll move on to that 5th frame. And just to avoid what happened in the final last year of a glitch, it can happen sometimes when the frame's not started and you go back to the main menu. We'll just watch Mark Allen break off in this 5th frame. And so in next episode, we'll leave exactly where we leave off. Well, exactly where we've left off there. Go back to the main menu. And I'm really happy with that. Really am. So if you enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below. We will be playing in the next episode, which will be out whenever the next episode is. I've got absolutely no idea. I'm recording quite a way ahead. I think this one is out on Wednesday, if I remember rightly. So probably Friday that the next episode comes out. And in that episode, we will play to the end. Whether that's 3 frames or all the way to a decider. So thank you very much for your company today. I always appreciate you guys who stay to this point of the video. It is really, really appreciated. But if you have enjoyed that, please make sure to express your gratitude by leaving a like. And until the next time, that's been it from me today. I've been CIJ Gamer. Until the next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye for now.